The term revenue tools is one that has been widely debated here at City Hall for many years. Call them levies or taxes. They are the ways the city can make more money to provide services. They're always a political hot potato, however, and one that's being explored once again. Toronto is once again heading down the road toward possible new taxes, this time related to parking, at least to start. The move by City Council is to look into how best to implement a commercial parking levy on businesses with spaces like malls and plazas.
I think it's a really positive step to see that a growing number of councillors, a sort of a social consensus, is saying the City of Toronto needs more revenue to take care of the people, and in a very rich city, we're the most unequal city in Canada, and that's got to count for something.
City staff will now also explore other options available for the city to make money through different fees. Toronto is facing a significant budget crunch, one that has led to a possible 5.5% property tax increase this year and a shortfall attributed to COVID of more than $1 billion. The lone standout in a vote to have new revenue tools furthered study was Etobicoke councillor Stephen Holiday.
I'm not sure that vote reflects what the citizens of Toronto are thinking, and my message for them is hang on to your wallets. This is the start of a process that I think is going to lead to more taxes in the city and a more expensive cost of living in this city.
The Toronto Environmental Alliance and TTC riders released a joint statement in support of the revenue tools being further studied, saying, quote, a commercial parking levy could bring in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue every year. As Toronto faces potential TTC service cuts and fare increases in this year's budget, our leaders must act now to prevent further erosion from our transit system. Mayor John Tory saying there's a need to show the province and federal government the city is doing everything in its power.
It's constantly thrown back at me. Well, you have tools you're not using, or you have tools you're not using properly, or you have reserves that are too high, which is rubbish, or you have taxes that are too low. And frankly, if you look at the overall tax burden and water and solid waste burden on our residents, it fits right in about the middle.
Tory also raising the point that the city has looked at other options, such as an alcohol tax or road tolls in the past, and the province has said it won't support them.
If you want to call bluff, first of all, you have to have a good hand. And the only way that we're going to have a good hand in the City of Toronto, if we're willing to have the conversation about revenue tools.
Now, while the new taxes and tools are being studied and a report will be voted on or expected later this year, it doesn't help the city's budget woes in the meantime. That matter comes up for a final say here at City Hall next week. Implementing a new parking levy would take at least another 12 to 18 months.